one story that's very... There's a lot of stuff that happens in my work. Like, so I guess I could just call this work stories. But let me start most recently. A guy died at my work. So, it was a trivia night, and this regular, who comes in, his family, like, brings him in. He's super old. He was 88, as I heard his family telling the EMTs later. But he comes in, and one time I heard him farting for like 45 seconds. Like, it was straight, 45 seconds straight. It was a long ass time. And of course, he comes in. I had to bring it up, like, I had to talk about it with my coworkers. So I talk about it, and then, like, not even 30 minutes later, everyone's like crowded around him, and they like tell my coworker to call 911. So she's calling 911 because this guy is like unresponsive, basically. And so the ambulance shows up, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I smile in awkward situations, so I literally could not go out there. And then my friend was like, you just made fun of a man who's is having a stroke, like, for farting. Like, yeah, bad timing. Sorry. Like, so he literally, like, went to the hospital, and his family, like, left. And I feel so bad. And I found out, like, this week that he died. Like, and if they'd waited any longer to call 911, he would have died in the store. Like, he was brain dead by the time that he got to the hospital. And I found out they live literally behind me, like behind my house. So I'm like, oh my god, yikes, so sorry. Yeah, I don't I feel so bad. But yeah, so he died, and that was kind of like a story. Like, it's just like I feel so bad. But yeah, so that happened one time. We get a lot of face suckers at my work. Like, a lot of face suckers. I don't know if every restaurant is like this, but it's especially old people. Old people are really just mashing faces, like going at it. Like, guys, you are in public, so maybe just keep it to this minimum. There's no. Oh, this is okay. This is not okay. But we had, like, people, this guy, I think it was like a sugar, what do you call that? Like a sugar daddy, like the girl, or like the sugar baby. Yes, I was like sugar, I was gonna call it sugar bunny, but sugar baby. And they were like on a date on our patio, and it was getting real raunchy. Mind you, there's like, this is a restaurant, so people are like sitting and like eating at our restaurant, and they're just going at it. He's making out and drinking beer at the same time. Guys, what? That is talent. Give this man a round of applause. Wow. So it's entertaining at this point, but it's kind of like a train wreck, like a car crash. You're like, I really need to stop looking because this image is burned into my brain forever. But I want to see what happens next. And yeah, it's that. She was like on his lap, not kidding, on his lap, in the same chair. They were at a 4 top, they only needed a 1 top. Am I right? So they do that, and they get cut off, I think, by the bartender, by whoever's serving the beer. They get cut off, and because he's had like literally 10 beers in like 2 hours or something like that, and our big beers are like 22 ounces. There's not a cup around here, but we have our own cups. They're 22 ounce cups. is like probably 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Come back. It's dark outside. I don't remember what time it is. Maybe 8 or 9. They come back. Her hair messed up in the back. Like, it's like all messed up. And so everyone's like, that's what everyone's like. And then they go up to the bar to ask for more drinks, and they're like, hell no, you were just in here like 4 hours ago, but hell no. And then they went back out, but they started making out in the restaurant in front of everyone, and then everyone was like covering each other's eyes. And so they go up, and they're just like kind of migrating all over the place, but they finally leave. But they go outside, look out the window because the host stand is like right in front of the windows, like of the front of the restaurant. So I'm a host at this point, and I look, they are in the parking lot macking, like full, I don't even know, like it's basically some Mormon type where they're just like doing it with clothes on, but like they're like in the middle of like the 2 like rows of cars, and they have like their arms up, and they're like kissing, like arms up, I don't know how to describe it, and like bending like pushing each other up against the cars, people's cars they pay for, people's cars they gotta drive home. And yeah, it was insane. They like finally left. I don't remember, like this was a while ago, probably like last summer, like it was a long time ago, probably like 2 years at this point, but that was like scarring, and it was prolonged. It was so, like, it was unfair. And this happened like recently too. There was like this older lady, she's probably like 60, so not like old, but she had that like Karen cut, you know, and she was with like a normal looking guy. She was a little alternative, like I don't know, she just, that haircut, it was like a more masculine haircut, like on a woman is like a different, right? But this guy was like pretty normal, like wear a freaking sweater vest, like I guess how normal is that? But and you know, when people, it's super awkward if you're going out to dinner with somebody to not sit across from each other, to sit right next to each other. That's a recipe for a disaster. Like when I see that, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So they were doing that, but honestly there was only like 2 other options. There's 3 chairs at the table, so either like you're either going to be sitting across and the table's up against the wall. But they just like they just, when I looked over one time, they were passionate, with more passion and more energy and food, but and it was like a face grabbing, tilted. One of them was like parallel to the ground, I'm not kidding. It was like dolphin sex, I don't even, like, it was crazy. And they did it multiple times, and first time I was like, hey guys, what the fuck, did you just see that? They were exchanging DNA, like I swear they were merging into each other like anglerfish, and everyone was like, don't care, bitch. And my stomach is growling. And then the second time somebody else saw them, and everyone was like, what? Okay, thanks a lot. been warned since the 80s. Like, I don't even know. Is this allowed? I live in Missouri, so like, I'm assuming like licensed to carry, like, concealed carry is like a thing. But in St. Louis, people do not conceal. I'm assuming in other big cities, people do not be concealed carrying. In St. Louis, they just be out with their AK, Uzi, like Glock, anywhere. Like, open up both coat like sides. They're just like gun, assault rifle, AR-15. Like, the perks of living in Missouri. Oh my god, I'm deathly afraid of like guns and you know, whatever, and it's a big problem. But like, United States, sidebar, every day, and this is a very privileged thing to say, but every day it hits me that I'm like, oh, Trump being president isn't a joke. Like, it's not some like publicity stunt. Like, it's real, and he's gonna like do stuff actually. Okay, just as I have to start paying taxes and live on my own. Perfect. But it could be worse. Like, I could be of any minority, which I guess I'm a woman, but of any minority. Like, I'm white, I'm straight, like I'm, what's that called, cisgender. So my heart goes out to you, no pun intended. My heart goes out to you. That's how we should have done it, right? My heart goes out to you. Here's my heart. No, my heart goes. Okay, that's a borderline blooper, but probably nobody has made it this far. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. I have so many stories. Like, I just found out one of this girl named, I don't work with her that often, but she came up to me at one of the Christmas parties and was like, hey, is your boyfriend, like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? And she was like, is he like, are you like okay with your boyfriend? Like, is he you're like, I don't remember what she said exactly, but basically along the lines of like, is he abusing you? And I was like, what? No, I'm fine. Like, what? And she's like, okay, well, like, tell me if anything happens. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what did I say? I don't know, I think she was drunk, I guess, but that was freaking crazy. Do you like my sweater? It looks like my boyfriend's dog. His name is Seamus, and he's a little cunt. Like, he's loud. He is like 80 pounds, which is the same as my 8-year-old brother. Just overall misbehaved. But back to work. Oh, but basically I found out she is sleeping with, I don't know, like, this guy. Like, it's pretty normal if you don't like know. But this guy, he has a girlfriend, but it's just like a crazy combo, like, because they're both like older. I think she's probably like 30 something, but he's definitely like 40, 44 or something like that. Like, he's definitely older. So that was crazy that we found out she's sleeping with another one, and like, she's sleeping with 2 guys, like, very often. And you know, whenever you find that out, it's crazy, but you're just like, whoa, because they're both black and bald, and it's just like, well, actually I don't know if one of them's bald, but it's just really funny. And like, seeing them surely he doesn't mean mice, right? Like, but anyways, like, there's a couple mice, and see him running across the floor from time to time. And we have this window that like goes into the bar, so the kitchen, like whoever is like running out the food, can put the food in the bar window. And one of the managers, like he's a higher manager, he yells right by the window, whoever catches the mouse can get $40 or gets $30 right out the window. And I was like, don't see that. There's like